Yes. Done in the building. Yes, back again on this one, the Champions League, right there. I'm talking about the Champions League right now. The Dawn in the building. Welcoming everybody onto this one. What's going on, people? All right, welcoming everybody onto this show. It is what it is. You're looking at the Champions League final between Manchester United. Real Madrid versus Borussia Dortmund. Kidding you all, people. I'll tell you, I'm loving this Champions League preview right now. I'm in the studio with great people, great minds, the ISTV crew. Welcoming this great gentleman. Irate, can you hear me loud and clear?
Hey, the Dawn.
Yes, boss. What's going on? I almost said Manchester United.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking maybe Man United and Chelsea are the separate final that you guys are playing, but this is the Champions League final, and it's for champions only. So, Man United don't have that feeling recently, of being in a final. So, which is fine. But it's good to be here. It's probably the biggest game. I mean, so many football fans around Europe, maybe not in England, would argue this is the biggest game of the season.
Absolutely.
So it's a big one at Wembley Stadium. It's one to look forward to. The La Liga champions facing the team that struggled in the Bundesliga this season. So lots of talking points, and we look forward to getting started on the show.
All right, let's do this. People, smash the like on the video, subscribe to this channel, One ISTV. I'm talking about Intercontinental Sport TV. Another great gentleman also in the studio with me, Mark. Mark, can you hear me loud and clear, please? Yeah, how are you feeling onto this one? The Champions League tomorrow, final. Borussia Dortmund versus Real Madrid. Talk to me, Mark.
The UEFA Champions Finals is always very interesting to watch. Is the culmination of several months of beautiful, pure attacking football with a lot of excitement and a lot of talking points. And Real Madrid versus Borussia Dortmund is going to be exciting. I do not know what is going to happen, but we will wait to see, as we are anticipating a very exciting match.
All right. Please, this is One ISTV. Subscribe to the channel. What are you waiting for? This is where it's going to happen. Tomorrow, we'll be doing watch along tomorrow. With this game coming up, this final. Welcoming another person as well too. This great gentleman, Robbie. Where you at? Are you in Ibadan? Are you in the United States? Talk to me. What's going on, bro?
Good evening, everybody. It's good to be on the show, and I think we are set for one of the best nights of European football. Tomorrow, I will not count anything out. Sincerely. Yes, everybody are saying that Dortmund will get the beating of their lives tomorrow. But we also what happened in the Europa League finals when Atalanta blew away Bayern Leverkusen. Because for me, I did not give Atalanta a chance at all. But Ademola Lookman and Atalanta happened to Bayern Leverkusen that night. And of course, we all don't know how things might swing tomorrow. So for me, well, for tomorrow night, I'll actually be wearing a Dortmund jersey. So hopefully, maybe the jersey will bring them victory when the match goes down finally.
All right, Jesse, Borussia Dortmund jersey fly tomorrow.
It will be interesting to know who Mark is supporting tomorrow, knowing their biggest rivals.
That is,
have a chance to win.
I'm telling you,
that is actually. As you were saying it, I was thinking about it, and I'm going to give it to you straight away. I am a Barcelona.
Okay.
I am a Barcelona fan, and I happen to also love Borussia Dortmund as my team.
Dortmund, yes, you said so. Yes.
The year I left high school was the year they won their first UEFA Champions League, which was 1997. So that's why I like them. So Lewandowski said it. He said he will be supporting Dortmund, and he has a jersey. So for me too, I'll be supporting Dortmund, knowing fully well that Real Madrid are almost impossible to beat in the final.
All right, let's get this thing starting. The preview, Real Madrid versus Borussia Dortmund. We have this on for our viewers, the probable lineup for tomorrow, and that's the Real Madrid. That's the Real Madrid probable lineup for Tua in goal, Carvajal, the right back, Rudiger, Nacho, Mendy, Valverde in the midfield with Kroos, Camavinga, Bellingham also in the midfield, Rodrigo, Vinicius Jr. Both people up front. I want to start with you, Irate. What do you think about this lineup for Real Madrid?
Yeah, I think this is the lineup that we expect tomorrow. If you ask me, Camavinga, Cruz, Valverde, Bellingham will be very, very crucial in this game in that midfield. But I think one position or two positions for me where I'm seeing an area of weakness for Dortmund to exploit is the left centre back and the left back. I think both of them defensively are not so solid. I mean, Nacho we know this is probably his final game with Madrid, and he'll be leaving after this game. So I think he's about 36 years old. He's 36 years old and he's running on his last legs. But at this point, there are suggestions that Ancelotti might go for Militao over Nacho, which I think would be a mistake because Militao has been a disaster ever since he came back from injury. So I think that area is the area of weakness that I'm looking at from a Dortmund perspective, with probably Sancho playing on that wing and also the likes of Brandt and Adeyemi, looking at exploiting that area of weakness for Madrid. But otherwise, it's a solid team. And we all know Carlo Ancelotti. He is the type of manager that he has a style of play, but he's also very good at adapting his style during a game. He might play 2, 3, 4 patterns or 2, 3 formations, depending on how a game is going. He's very, very fluid tactically. So he can have Rodrigo and Vinicius hug the touchline when needed, with Bellingham playing as a false nine. Or he can have them narrow just in front of Bellingham, acting as a striker and a supporting striker as well. So I'm sure he would have been licking his lips looking at Dortmund's defense of Mats Hummels and Schlotterbeck, which for me is it's probably not up to standard. They've been very poor defensively this season. So this is a lineup from Madrid, and I think they might just be too much for Dortmund, but who knows? Football can go either way, so we'll look forward to it.
All right, the football can go either way. I'm going to Mark, look at this lineup from Real Madrid. Do you see any changes or any players you think should be there for Real Madrid?
Well, I think the lineup that we go with, even though I see it properly, it's on a small screen for me. But I know, from seeing them from the La Liga, that Real Madrid will present their strongest team. Yes, I can say Carvajal, Rudiger, Nacho at the back line. Those are the usual suspects. And of course, in the middle of the pack, Valverde, Cruz, Camavinga, Bellingham just behind the two strikers, Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr. Yeah, this is the lineup that I think that everyone thinks that Ancelotti will present. And I don't see actually why this should not be so, because this is what has been working for them all season long. And like the previous commentator said, I see that the only weak point is the Nacho area, that left side of Nacho Mendy area, particularly Nacho, because their defense too have been conceding goals regularly, consistently, La Liga, and even in the Champions League. So it is the only point that Borussia Dortmund can exploit. And for Borussia Dortmund, I would like to say that their wide men, Jadon Sancho and Karim Adeyemi, are the two people who can exploit that back line, because Madrid like to play their fullbacks high up the field to support the attack and then to also run back and cover for the defense. So if they have found one thing, they push up and they let their guards down. It is left for Sancho and Adeyemi to exploit those wing backs and then give Dortmund a goal.
Well, we're still coming for the lineup for Borussia Dortmund, but we want to look at this Real Madrid. The dangerous player in this team from Real Madrid for me is Vinicius Jr. And Robbie, what do you think Vinicius Jr. is going to bring on to this game. This is a big game, which I think Vinicius doesn't hide in big games. For me,
No, no,
it's,
no, no, no.
it's a good player.
Yes, he doesn't hide in big games. I think one thing that Vinicius Junior brings tomorrow is pace and a lot of trickery. And of course, looking at the back line, just like Irate said, that you have Matt Hummels, you can call him an old man, an old guard, anchoring that defense. They will be in serious trouble. That is, if Matt Hummels or any of the fullbacks are isolated against Vinicius Juniors. Like I said, his trickery and how much he can turn on the pace are the two greatest weapons that he brings to the field. So I think the best way for Dortmund to stop him is to double team on him and make sure that whatever he does not more or less get that confidence from attacking and of course dribbling a lone defender. Once he's successful in his dribbles, he is encouraged to want to do the same, and of course that will more or less put more trouble on the back line of Dortmund in either of the flanks, because from the way Madrid play, we all know that sometimes Vini Junior can decide to be a little bit adventurous and go and attack on the other flank. So if that happens tomorrow and Dortmund do not find a way to curtail that, they will be in serious trouble.
Yeah, they will be in serious trouble. All right, moving on to this lineup for Dortmund. We've spoken about Real Madrid. This lineup, Irate, is there any player, this team, if you're looking at it, Adeyemi and Sancho on the wide, do you think it can cause havoc for Real Madrid going to this game, Irate?
Yes, I think so. Adeyemi, Sancho, they can be dangerous when they are their best. I think they've not been consistent recently, but on their best day, they are two very dangerous wingers that can cause you problems. And they have the hold of play of called Fulkrug up front as well, to bring them into play. So I think those two, they are two that we should keep an eye on. But overall, I think attack for me is the area of strength for Borussia Dortmund. Defense is another case entirely. I'm looking at that back line, and honestly, none of those players scare anyone at all. From Martin to Ryerson, Hummels and Schlotterbeck, I don't want to say they are not up. They are not a type of defense you would expect in a Champions League final. But these things happen, and they would have to be on their A game for me, because if they leave any gaps for the likes of Rodrigo and Vinicius Junior, they will be punished. So I see them going full Manchester United, like we saw in the FA Cup final, by being very tight at the back and looking to go on the counter against Madrid. I think that would be the best option for Edin Terzi's men going forward. So the lineup, like I said, up front, I think they are fine. Midfield is not the strongest. I'll give it an average rating, but the back line, it's below average for me. Like I said, it is below average. So that is an area of concern for Borussia Dortmund.
All right, let's move on to this one. The midfield battle in this game. I mean, look at Borussia. We have Chan, Sabitzer, Brands, and also for the midfield for Real Madrid. Mark, look at the midfield battle. Who do you think is going to win the midfield battle in this game?
Well, everybody will want to say Real Madrid, because the midfield battle, the midfield players for Real Madrid are proven, sophisticated, the best midfielders you can find on the planet. Cruz, these are people who have done it time and again, and you cannot doubt them. So Borussia Dortmund, they are going to have their work cut out for them in this midfield, and I think that seriously, they may not win that battle, especially if Madrid scores a goal early in the game. They are going to impose themselves on Dortmund, and once they bend, they are going to break eventually. But if they are able to contain this somehow, these midfielders, and the game wears on into the second half and there is no goal, then the Borussia Dortmund will start to fancy the idea that they can score one goal and then close shop at the back, which I think they cannot do, because this is Real Madrid we are talking about. So on the whole of it, the midfield battle is Madrid.
Well, Robbie, for me, I think the game can easily be won from the midfield. Looking at this midfield battle, so to speak, who do you think is going to win it? Mark said
Uh,
Real Madrid.
I will agree with Mark, and I would agree on everything we all are talking about is based on one, what we have seen so far this season, two, what we know on paper as well, and of course, if you put these players one on one, you
Mm.
can tell. In fact, I can we all can agree that in fact, let's say one player from Madrid will even buy the whole of the midfield for
Oh,
Dortmund. That is just that is just in terms of the financial value that this club has on the field. Going in tomorrow, Mark and Irit said, I will agree with that. I think I see Dortmund more or less coming to play the United style tomorrow. They
yeah,
have pace to burn up
yeah.
front. In Karim Adeyemi, we all know Karim Adeyemi is a speed demon. Same thing
Mm.
for Sancho. Sancho is not the fastest, but he can also do that damage if he has a lot of space in front of him. And Niklas Füllkrug has one quality which is very, very rare these days. He is a very good shooter of the ball. And we all saw that in the semi-final match that they won. It was more or less the only shot they got on that day, and that was just what more or less gave them the final spot that they have today. So for Niklas Füllkrug, he is patient. He can more or less be somebody that he manages whatever opportunities he has in front of him. For Madrid, they must be wary of that kind of quality up front. And like we all have agreed, it is the counter that more or less Dortmund will come and play tomorrow. I don't think Dortmund want to flex muscle tomorrow because they don't have that kind of quality and personnel to get that done. But on the
Mm.
counter, that is where they will fancy their chance against Real Madrid tomorrow. And let me quickly add this.
Mm.
For Real Madrid, if they play Courtois in goal, I think I would not be happy. Why? Because we
Why?
have seen what Lunin can do. Lunin is somebody that has been tried and trusted by that team for the entirety of the time that Courtois was not available. And at no point in time was there any form of complaint as regards his performances with the club. I think for Ancelotti, he should reward him by playing him in that final. Courtois,
Mm.
I guess, I don't think Courtois has played the last 5 games for Real Madrid. So for that final, yes, the coach might have other ideas as to why he wants to play him. But for me, if I'm going to be Ancelotti tomorrow I'll put Lunin in between the sticks against Dortmund for that game.
Mm. All right, let's move on to this. I rate these two managers will be thinking about winning tomorrow. This is going to be 15th European Champions League for Real Madrid, which is normal thing for Ancelotti. I mean, this is one of the this is one of the this is one of the cup this guy is always accumulating, But going into this game, what do you think will be going on in the mind of the Borussia Dortmund coach?
First of all, I need to say the Borussia Dortmund coach is also a fan. He started out as a fan of Borussia Dortmund, and he actually attended the 2013 Champions League final against Bayern as a fan in the stands. So winning this tournament would mean a lot to him, to Terzic. On the other hand, I don't think this game can be won based on personnel for Borussia Dortmund or based
Wow.
on in an individual brilliance. I don't see that happening. I'm seeing more of a game plan. I'm seeing more of a pragmatism because, like Mark said, if they can frustrate Madrid and shut them out for, let's say, 30 minutes to the first half, then we can say, yes, we are having a game on our hands and they can get a chance, maybe a counter or a drop ball. Anything can happen, and they get the goal and they shut up shop. So I think he'll be working on his team defending astutely against Madrid, ensuring that they defend as a team, they fight for each other, and they don't leave no gaps. The likes of Vinicius Junior and Rodrigo will hurt you if you give them the space to do so. So you don't want that happening. So I know many people are excited, expecting to see an attacking brand of football tomorrow, but don't be surprised when you see Borussia Dortmund because they are underdogs. That is the truth. They are underdogs. On the other hand, they have to play with some freedom, even though we expect them to defend. And I mean freedom in the sense that everyone has, or almost everyone has written them off already.
Yeah.
that they would be losing it. It would be a surprise if they win it. If they lose it, people will be like, oh, we expected them to lose against Real Madrid. They are 14-time champions of Europe. So they are the underdogs. They are not playing under pressure. All they have to do is figure out a team plan, play together, and ensure that they implement that plan properly. On the other hand, I think in the build-up to this game, they've not been helped by Matt Hummels' comments on bringing in some ex-players to help with training and how they are not playing well in the attacking area of the pitch. I think him as an elder statesman should not be making such comments, not in the build-up to the final. So that was really disappointing to see from Hummels. But I know Terzic he will keep his head down. Like I said, he's a fan of Dortmund even before he became a coach, and he will be thinking of how to win this tournament, which will seal his status as one of the greatest or legendary coaches of Borussia Dortmund. So that's all will be in his mind for the game tomorrow.
Mark, you want to say something before we wrap up the show?
Yeah, what I have to say is similar to what he said. I would just like to say that Borussia Dortmund, nobody saw them in this final.
At all.
You could not have picked them at all. They are the surprise package of this event. And so they have to play with their held high already that they have come this far. They didn't have a good Bundesliga season. They lost so many matches. But now they can cap it off and make Thunder strike twice, the way it was in the Europa League final. I remember that in 1997, they played against Juventus that had Alessandro Del Piero, Fabrizio Ravanelli, and all those great guys. And the goalkeeper was Angelo Peruzzi. And that was when Lars Ricken, 18-year-old, came in and scored with his first touch of the ball. And they won 3-1. At that time, Juventus were the champions because they defeated Ajax the previous, 96, yeah. They defeated Ajax the previous season. And they also got to the final. And Borussia Dortmund surprised everybody and won it. So now that they have played another final in 2013 against Bayern Munich, they lost that. They are back here again. They have seen they can borrow a leaf from Atalanta. What they did to a Bayer Leverkusen, who were also unbeaten all through the season, only to lose at the final. So who is to say that Thunder cannot strike twice in the same place? Yeah. It only means that they have to play with their heads cool, not rushing, not wanting to outwit Real Madrid in all the better departments of the game that they are, but to play with a consistency and a level-headedness so that they can achieve their objective.
All right. I'm going to start with you, Robbie. What's your score prediction tomorrow before we wrap up?
Okay.
Tell me.
Let's say. Okay. Well, I would actually love this game to be decided by penalties. So that
I know.
So that everybody will fancy their chances there. But for full time, I will go with Real Madrid 1, Borussia Dortmund 2 tomorrow.
Wow, Borussia Dortmund 2, Real Madrid 1. All right, I want to say thank you to you, Robbie, for joining us on this one.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All
right. All right, Mark, what's your score prediction tomorrow? Robbie said 2-1 to Borussia Dortmund. Do you agree with that, Mark?
Well, I also think that this match will go up to extra time. I think at full time, it's going to be 1-1 for both teams. And Borussia Dortmund will win the penalty shootout.
All right, I like that. Mark, thank you so much for joining us on this one. Thank you so much, bro. All right. Tomorrow, I rate which team is going to win. Your score prediction tomorrow.
I'm going to go with what Mark said. I'm putting on my Borussia Dortmund hat right here. I think it will be a 1-1 during after extra time, and then Dortmund to win the game on penalty.
Whoa, massive. All right, thank you so much, Irate, for joining us on this one. Thank you so much, bro.
For having me done.
All right, people, this is how far we can go tonight. What can we say about this game tomorrow? Please drop your own score prediction on this comment below. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like on the video. What else are you waiting for? Join the community, One ISTV. On this note, I want to say big shout out to everybody that's contributed for the success of this show. All right, tomorrow we'll be doing a watch along tomorrow in this final game tomorrow. same time tomorrow. I think it's 3 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be live. Thank you so much, guys. Don't forget, it's safe out there. Bye for now.